Oh, man. I just don't get why I am so tired all the time. Hey, this is Anna Laura Brown. Do you feel like you're tired and exhausted a lot of the time? I know this is a common problem with a lot of people, and especially a lot of women. And, other than the obvious, that, maybe you just had a bad night's sleep, there could be a variety of reasons why this can be going on. And if you're wondering why this is happening, especially if you feel like it's your thyroid, but you feel like your thyroid levels are good, but yet you're still tired, and you really want to know why this is going on, here are some things for you to think about. So the first thing is that your thyroid levels might not actually be good, or optimal, if you will. Because the reality is that a lot of doctors, when they run their thyroid labs, they either don't do it right because they don't check for antibodies, which can indicate Hashimoto's, or depending on the other end, it can sometimes be Graves' disease, which are both autoimmune conditions, and those can make your fatigue worse. And a lot of times what doctors will consider your thyroid levels to be normal are not what is considered optimal, and there is a real difference, and those can cause fatigue levels. So that's the first thing to think about when you're asking yourself the question, why are my thyroid levels good but I'm still tired, is that your thyroid levels might not actually be good. So that's the first thing to think about, and you may have to get an additional test or go to a different doctor, get a second, maybe even third or fourth opinions. The next thing to think about is that you might actually have problems with your adrenal glands and not just your thyroid. Your adrenal glands and your thyroid often work together, and there's something called adrenal fatigue, which is a little bit debatable in the medical community as to whether or not it exists or not, and it's not really a formal diagnosis with anything. Personally, I think that it definitely can happen, and if your adrenal glands get fatigued and worn down, then you can be tired even if you don't necessarily have thyroid problems. But they also work together as well. So if you have thyroid problems, you can have adrenal gland problems. If you have adrenal gland problems, you could potentially have thyroid problems. So it's kind of this game of cat and mouse, if you will, of the thyroid and the adrenal glands working together, or in this case, potentially not working together the way that they should. I know that this has definitely been an issue for me along with my Hashimoto's. So that's something to think about. Another thing that could be going on here is that you could have another autoimmune condition or another health issue that could be making you tired, and it may or may not be autoimmune, and it may or may not be related to your thyroid. And so that's something to think about too, is to maybe consider what other kinds of autoimmune conditions or autoimmune diseases might you have that maybe aren't your thyroid. Okay, then the next one is pretty obvious, like you're not getting proper sleep. And, if you're not sleeping a full 7 hours every night and getting at least some of that sleep to be a good deep REM sleep, then, chances are pretty good that, yeah, you are going to be tired because you're not getting proper sleep. And if this is a consistent problem and it's not something of, say, like you just had a baby, or you have a partner that snores, or in other words, if there's not a problem that you can point directly to that problem and say that's why I'm not sleeping, then you probably need to do a further analysis. You may even have to do sleep tests with a medical professional, that kind of thing. And if you want some assistance with that, that's something that I can help you with. So reach out in the link in my box of the description with this video below, and let's talk about it. I have been through a lot of sleep problems myself, and I would be more than happy to help you. And last but not least is you may have an imbalance or lack of vitamins and supplements and minerals. So some things could be things like if you aren't getting enough vitamin B12, that can make you really tired a lot. Sometimes not having enough selenium, enough magnesium, all that kind of thing. And those kinds of things can be a little bit of a guessing game, as well as could be a little bit trickier. And there's the kind of thing that you really want to try to find some kind of a functional medicine doctor or nutritionist or somebody who can run actual blood tests and evaluate the levels of vitamins and minerals that you have and determine where you're deficient, or in some cases you may even have too much of something. So and those can be causing levels of fatigue as well. So I hope you found this video helpful to explain to you some of the different things that might be going on if they're saying that your thyroid levels are normal but you're still tired. Like I said, link below in description. You can contact me. We can have a briefer conversation about it, potentially give you some ideas of what you could ask a doctor to potentially try to get more to the root cause, that kind of thing. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please like the video, please share it, comment, please subscribe. Would love to share with you more. I make videos about twice a week usually, as well as my podcast video episodes. all about thyroid healing, autoimmune healing, essential oils, healthy meal planning, hauls, all that kind of thing.